everyone. It's us again, Connie and Ursula. Yeah, the terrible two. So yeah, we are here again on our second episode, right?
Second official episode.
Yeah, second official episode. Yeah, Sips and Chats. And before we even start, we would like to just thank everyone who's been following us on our social media pages and subscribing to our YouTube channel, and also, just even on all our social media, like both Twitter and stuff, we're getting a lot of
interaction.
Yes. So we just want to thank you guys, and we hope that we deliver.
Most definitely. I mean, otherwise, why would you be following us? Just the fact that you interacting with us and you constantly keep following what we're doing, what we're talking about, it means the world. A big shout out to the establishment that allowed us to come through and chill with them, or just enjoy the ambience, the vibe. Yeah, this place. They go by the name of
Perere. Okay. Mariki Perere. Okay. So I struggle with the R's. Sorry.
Do you say R or R? Why?
I don't know.
You know what's funny, ne? They are finally, I think is it Sotho people? Yes.
Yeah.
I noticed something. So it was one time I was just like, there are people that grew up not being able to say
Sotho,
right? No, not even that. Like generally, they just can't say whether you're Sotho or Zulu or whatever. And then there's a culture. Every Sotho person says they don't say Morena, or I don't think is Morena Sotho. It is
Sotho, yeah, definitely, yeah.
But the they don't say it like that, and I think it's on purpose.
I don't think it's on purpose. I don't know. It's like never learning how to actually. If the language, I think it forces you to pronounce it like that.
I think that's the thing.
Like that, yes.
I think
you obviously would never get the opportunity to go learn how to. Yeah.
But it's nice. Yeah. It's a cute little. Every culture has its distinct style So anyway, nobody's judging.
Nobody's judging. Yeah. Like Nati isiZulu ne. Like you'd hear a Zulu person maybe saying ulilato.
Yeah.
Lilato.
Like, okay, I'm gonna mention this guy. I'm gonna mention this guy, but Joseph Daddy. I really enjoy his content. He's so So there was this one episode where he asked this guy to say Lerato specifically because the guy is Zulu.
Yeah.
And the guy butchered it. Lilato. Relato. So yeah, it's a thing.
So yeah, maybe it could be because of my Zulu genetics. So I don't know.
Mixed with Sotho.
I don't have any Sotho in me, but I think it's the Zulu part. Yeah,
okay.
That's making me struggle how to say R.
So my Zulu know how to say R. Do they say R? They don't say R.
Lilato.
Oh,
Lilato.
Hardcore case it in
Robot. Robot. I'm telling you.
Okay. No,
and also even the language itself, like I can't even at the top of my head think of a Zulu word that has R in it.
I never thought that far, hey?
Is there a word? If you know a Zulu word that has R on it, please comment
down below.
Yeah, tell us there's this Zulu word. By the way, Umaba, so I'm proud of my people. We are here. This is Sips and Chat. Sips and Chat.
So we are sipping and chatting.
We are sipping and chatting, guys. I mean, Perere is serving. It is serving.
This looks so pretty. Oh my gosh,
this looks nice. What is that, my friend?
It looks like a piece of art. This is a
Long Island.
Yes. So pretty.
It's nice.
So pretty.
I love the presentation, the glass.
Oh, this looks so pretty. Oh my word. Ooh. You guys go all out. Do you understand what I'm saying?
What?
Why did I order a pina colada?
Look at that.
My experience with pina coladas was never like this. Is like a proper pina colada. I bet you're gonna feel like you're on an island somewhere.
Exactly.
Anyway,
thank you.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Cheers. Cheers to you guys.
Cheers to you guys.
Cheers to Sips and Chats.
Hey,
so this place is not just cute in terms of ambience. but it's cute in terms of the products that they put out. Like the stuff is proper.
They
Come
serve.
through to Terere and have yourself something to eat, something to drink, take pictures, because it's a vibe all round. So friend, what are we talking about today? What did you have in mind? Because you're the one who's going to be driving the conversation.
Yeah. So okay, before we get into it, I just wanna ask you something, like what is currently a pressing issue for you?
Girl,
what is
it's a very sensitive topic.
Occupying your mind currently?
There are a lot of things. My gosh, there are so many things.
Just
but I think
one.
Let me not focus on the negative. But I want something that's been really like mopilong yaka is just my relationship with Mudimu. I know people get bored once somebody starts talking about my relationship with God. But honestly, like my relationship with God has intensified. I genuinely was just never the type of person, because I've always had, like, as I was telling you earlier, I have my own relationship, my own dynamic with God. I have my own dynamic with Jesus, and I just don't want that to be influenced or narrated, for lack of a better word, by anybody else. You know what I'm saying? And so that kind of
religion, you were mentioning that,
and that kind of, as much as obviously I'm an adult and I'm gonna pave my own way, but like I fell off when it comes to certain things in terms of the relationship dynamic between myself and God. And just having you and like the practices that we get up to when it comes to like strengthening our relationship and our connection with God and just like family members. Shout out to my aunt, like that woman, I'm not gonna mention her name, but so I'm in a really happy place right now. I'm not missing any meals and it shows. And I'm really glad because
but like there's this pressing issue that I realized, Mitiman, come on, this thing is not practical, my friend. A jumpsuit. Talking about outfits, guys, a jumpsuit is not practical. Why doesn't it have a zip? Kamutlasi or underneath? Why?
Because it's like such a random thing to inquire about, but honestly speaking, jumpsuit is cute. I don't care how cute it is.
Cute.
The process.
It looks good on a person.
Go to the bathroom, Wena.
But when it comes to no,
go to the bathroom, Wena.
Kere in winter, kutoya, banda.
How we change to me? We change how it be because we bali zibi mo. Like I don't know if it will still give the same vibe, because
onesie, like that onesie vibe.
But still, onesie is still.
Yeah, if ikabali zipi mona and then ukona ko why unzipa, like separate the two.
You're giving a designer out there
exactly an idea. Come on, designers, if you are listening, here is an idea.
Please make it look good,
but make it look good, even if it's like very like you literally can't see it.
How's that? It's probably going to be freaking expensive.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to. Excuse me. I hope
you can go subtle or even exaggerate it as a fashion statement. Like these big zips or I don't know. People like exaggerated items, like that fashion boldness. Like I'm bold like that.
I hear you, my friend, but I feel like imagine a jumpsuit it's a as plain as it generally does. Like when you see somebody wearing a jumpsuit, really like
it's jumpsuit, beautiful.
And then as soon as that interruption, the interruption has to be very carefully placed, because like it's either izipa mo or izipa kumrao. And it doesn't interfere with like the whole thing. You have a point.
Why doesn't anyone talk about it or complain about it or try to redesign and say, guys, we love the jumpsuits, but they are not user friendly.
I'm telling you,
I'm all about user friendly stuff, guys. I don't care how nice something is, but it has to be practical for me, because that's the kind of person I am. I'm more practical. It must be efficient. It needs to work for me. If it doesn't, I don't see the point of owning something that will frustrate me. Every time I have to use it,
When fashion becomes practical, it gives it more value.
Talking about like practicality, it brings us to today's topic. So today we're going to talk about, I like being in the right career and where it starts. Like it starts with you choosing the right subjects in school, grade 9. We all have that story. Like what happened to you? How did you make those decisions? Who inspired you? So my friend, what happened to you? How did you go about choosing the right subjects? And then when you're done, obviously qualifying for varsity, doing your degree, tell us a story about that process. What happened to you?
Okay, so for me, we get to that grade where it's like, okay, we've been playing around from grade 1 up to grade 9. Now we're going to grade 10. I get grade 10 where they choose the subject. So
you choose that grade 9 for grade 10.
For grade 10, okay. Yes. So from grade 1 to 8, it's just been like entry level, like, and then you get to grade 9 and it's like, okay, now you guys need to decide where you're kind of trying to go, right? I had always been that girl who just could not see myself doing anything than dancing and being in the creative space. And so I get home and I'm like, yo, guys, this is what I want to do. And the rents are like, no, babes, that's not going to give you money. You need to pay bills. You know what I'm saying? So you have to think logically in terms of where you want to take your like career. And obviously, like our schooling system as well, I don't want to say that it's limited, so I'm not going to say that, but you are given what's there and you have to choose and pick and choose from what's there. So that in itself just made me lose interest in the whole idea altogether. It was just a thing of you go to school, pass, and just get it over with. So I chose maths literacy. Well, I didn't have an option because I was not a mathematician. I feel like anybody that does mathematics, you are just automatically a mathematician because mathematics used to frustrate me. Everybody would be like, yes, ma'am. And I'm like, but wait, Jani.
How did you get to that?
So I was a math lit girl and I choose computer literacy, business, I think. I don't know if those are the ones that you choose. I forgot, but I was somewhere along those lines. As you can tell from what I'm saying, I just didn't even care for it. It was just a thing in which let me just do subjects that I can tolerate and then let's get out of here, So that was the process. That was my process.
Yeah, and then how did that affect me? Yeah, in terms of getting to varsity.
I was so confused. I think the biggest mistake that a guardian or a parent can do is to what's the word? Try and have a sense of like don't discourage your child from what they want to do, even if you don't understand it. And I think majority of us can relate because most of our parents are like that. Like, no, this is what you need to do in order to be able to survive in the real world, and they've seen it, they've experienced it. And so obviously there's not going to be any argument with that. So I can say that obviously parents would want you to move in the right direction. So which is why they would encourage you to rather do things that are quote unquote, for lack of a better word, safer.
Safe, yeah. Yes. Always opting for the safe option.
Exactly.
What is
exactly?
You need to be able to do something that will get you a job and end you a job at the end.
Exactly.
But I mean, look at our country, friends, like talking about that. So is there anything safe nowadays?
Is
there any career?
You can have a master's degree.
I'm telling you, hey.
But you still won't get a job as a waitress. You still won't get a job as a petrol attendant. Like, it's that tough right
It's
now.
tough.
So imagine the person who went and followed what they felt like they needed to go and follow. It's so crazy because, okay, we'll get to that though. But how this whole thing affected me, it left me feeling really confused. I went to university and the first thing I studied was business management. And that wasn't a bad decision because I was really good in that department, Unfortunately, because of financial constraints, my academic career was very challenging. But you know what's crazy? As I was telling you about my relationship with God, I feel like all of those things had to happen. All those blockages and the delays, and those things had to happen to force me into the direction that I was meant to go in the first place. There was a man who I was mentored by. This man really kind of shaped me in terms of the type of person that I want to be career-wise. Unfortunately, he is no more. Rest in peace. This man kind of gave me a sense of direction. He was like, you know what? One thing I would advise you to do is make sure you identify, like, the world is changing. We're moving into the fourth industrial revolution, and there are going to be careers. They're going to be holding that space. The fourth industrial revolution. So make sure you position yourself academically to be able to thrive in a career can contribute to the fourth industrial revolution.
Should still be relevant.
Regardless of the fourth industrial revolution, but just like as things progress, like technology and all that, make sure you're in a space you're gonna be able to benefit and contribute to.
And like, I'm just thinking sometimes, there are people who strongly believe in destiny. Like, you are destined to go through these like valleys in your life, and also peaks as well in your life, and like just for you to get to where God wants you to be, or where you are meant to be, or according to the destiny that is bestowed upon you. You know, it's already written before you were even delivered. You know, to this world, and like, I don't know, is it a question of destiny, or I mean, some people also believe that a person is a product of their decisions. So like whatever decisions you make, whether it be informed decisions or poor decision making, it lands you where
you are
will be. You know, you will be because of those decisions. Not you are meant to be. It's not your destiny, but
be in those spaces.
Yeah, it's the decisions you have made from
A up to Z.
Yes. So if you make a decision, like, okay, I'm gonna make a decision to actually take like be informed about the subjects, is the career I want to take, and I want to make an informed decision, and then you find yourself navigating through the whole process. It's not necessarily smooth knowing our country and its, you know, the challenges, but you're able to reach the peak of your career faster than somebody.
I guess you're right.
Who's still not sure, like, is it this?
And
is
you know
that,
what's funny,
indecisive, not having a clear path, and like,
you know what's funny, ne? I feel like this generation, the generation here now, 2000. Of course, we have varying degrees of, or let me say different types. I don't know how to put this exactly, but you know, 2000 that are associated limonati and just like new agey, and then you see 2000 in an academic space. Now they are going to be the ones to break the mold for real. I feel like right now we are the ones that are going to fight the generational curses. They are the ones that are going to, after those generational curses, they are going to step in and pave the way. In the academic space, from what I've experienced, they are so much more informed. They are so much more dedicated. They, you know, it's not about, like, for us, I feel like we kind of woke up and we are the free generation, and we don't really know how to move. We're still trying to figure it out.
Utilize the opportunities, or what opportunities are out
There's
there.
no purpose.
No,
but 2000 unknown academically. Be afraid.
Exactly.
Be very afraid. They know what they want. They know how to get it. They are not. They will do their things. But 2000, typical 2000. But they are doing the things in every space. Entertainment, like in every space.
So I'm just also like on that note,
sorry guys, I just need,
when I think about it, it's the reason why, like, bale body 18 mang 1980 mang and 1970 mang would have a thing, or they would say that 2000 feel entitled.
Where is the entitlement though? Like
I think it comes from,
because they said that about us as well. They said my 90s or the free generation, we are entitled, we are spoiled, we are quick to quit our jobs.
Like it's even worse with 2000. Like, if you go and you speak to an adult, it's like, okay, they can sympathize more with us, the 90s babies, but when it comes to 2000, they like, no, those kids are so entitled.
They are unapologetic,
like,
man. They are unapologetically free,
and they don't accept things like, okay, you know who na, but the 90s really I will hotella, guys. I will just persevere. I will swallow my pride. But the 2000, you get a shitty boss, Kausani, she doesn't come to work, or he doesn't show up, like, and she boss bye, I'll just apply elsewhere.
That's 100%. And I think a reason for that is the fact that I don't know why, as you were speaking, I was thinking about why we were more deprived of the freedom to be able to choose for ourselves, and whereas whereas 2000 on the other hand were more free to move in the ways that they wanted to move. Like, if you look at our parents, Renarma 90s, by the way, so if it relates,
please comment and share your story.
If it doesn't resonate, then just stand outside and look, or if you care to even pay an interest, you know. But like, for us, we come from parents by long they were systematically oppressed, and that did a lot of damage in various facets or aspects. You know what I'm saying? And so obviously their leadership is going to be coming from that place. Yes, they still want to get themselves out of that, but there are a lot of things that they've inherited from that systematic oppression. And then and then I feel like
we are like the byproduct. Like we had to.
We are the Mandela out of prison generation. Yes, like, you know, that moment
still,
but they still
that they feed us. They still feed us. Like there's the fear, there's the you're not being confident,
oppression,
being oppressed, not being like believing okay, these are the opportunities out there and I can do it.
Yes,
I can. I can make it as an entrepreneur. I can be a millionaire business person. It's like, no, Joe, like be a nurse, be a doctor, be a what, because those were the careers
100%
they wanted.
That's 100% true.
But couldn't.
I don't know what happened between that time and the time where my 2000 came in, because there's such a disconnect. Like they don't connect to that at all. Could it be the internet? Because as much as the internet and social media and technology is
globalization and all of that,
as much as those things are spoken down on, in that communication is not quality anymore, like people are sending texts now than actually sitting down and having genuine conversations. But at the same time there is an upside to that, because they're more knowledgeable about what is actually out there. So I guess in some way that kind of it's inspired a different idea with it, because they were the kids by long started getting phone. But
when I got my phone grade 9, I think I was in grade 9 in Alice Sikana, like girl, it was a cement. I remember I even had cover. We could change the cover. I had a brown cover, like it was wood. And I remember my high school senior phase, like early high school years bestie, then she was like, she named my phone Woody Allen because of the cover. Woody Allen. So those days, guys. But now, like, if you look at it, we're living in an age of information, where information is currency, guys. How much it's quite important to make sure you are informed, and being overwhelmed with fake news and
and it's so sad how damaging that is.
It is.
Now we can't even be like, no, that's fake news.
Exactly.
It's news.
It's still news. You can't believe it.
Exactly.
Leave it, and how the narrative also changes. Like, like they use information. Information can even be weaponized right now. It is weaponized. Like on a spiritual and even like physical level. So that could be also one of the reasons why we had those challenges. We didn't have all the information, the downside of it.
Like, how did you go through that process, and how did it affect you?
Like, if I just think back and I try to remember as much as possible, I remember there was no like proper conversation with the adults in my space or in my life at that time. It was like, okay, you are smart, so do maths and science. They're looking at, obviously, it will open doors for me in varsity, in terms of if I want to get into the medical field or the BCom space. I'd always be able to get into those spaces. I didn't have any of those thoughts. I didn't process anything.
Why do you think that is?
I just took maths and science.
You think it's based on the
also
system?
even the system and the environment itself, like, there was nothing came about, or no one said, hi Connie, why don't you do research in this, and we see that you're good at this, like you're also good at this, also why don't you think of like other subjects that will allow you to be in a certain career space. It was just like, uhlakaniphile. So there was the misconception of Utumtano must do maths and science. It was just like I grew up in that type of a space where that's what I believed, or that's what I was told, and only to learn that I was so misinformed. I was so
How many years?
misinformed.
How old were you? I was today years old when I learned. So how many today years old were you when you learned Uguti? Like, guys, I was actually short. I got the short end of the stick when it comes to that.
I would say, because it still didn't resonate with me even when I finished matric, when I went to varsity. I think actually now,
now only.
yeah, now, especially now that I'm in a space where I'm able to speak to youngsters and have these conversations with them. It's now. It is now, this year actually.
What about
that I'm realizing how misinformed I was.
And wait, what about that part of it affecting you? Like, how did that affect you?
I don't remember myself saying, okay, I could see myself as this. I could hear my friends talking about it, but it was like I had no interest whatsoever. So
you started deteriorating your academics.
I started deteriorating because I was not enjoying mathematics. I was not enjoying physical sciences. I remember this actually moment. I think I was in grade 11 where I was confronted with a decision of, okay, do I drop maths and go to maths lit? And then when I went to have a discussion with the adults in my life, and it was like maths lit is not for intelligent people.
I remember there was a conversation around that when the process started being introduced, like maths and maths lit. If you do maths lit, you are on the lower level. The VIP was a maths kid.
So even with that opportunity to actually transition, like change from maths to maths lit, and then I saw the attitude like in school with kids who went to maths lit. They were laughed at. Like, hi, where do you think you were going? Who do you think you were?
Wait, the ones that went from maths and after selecting the subjects.
Yeah, after trying it for grade 10, because this was in grade 11. Yeah. I think it was, after June exams, term 2. And then like people were being laughed at.
That's damaging, hey?
It's damaging, and it damaged me in a way that, okay, I was not the one being laughed at, but just witnessing that.
It's like a fall from grace.
Where do you think you were going?
And I think you was crazy. No, I think that's what ended this thing, between maths and maths. And I think it ended up being a thing I couldn't know. They're just two different types of people. There's mathematics and maths literacy, but one doesn't mean that you are better than the other. Even though mathematics can afford you better opportunities within the mathematics and technical space, I guess,
where it's needed.
It kind of ended that beef, like the beef between the maths kids and the maths literacy, because now people are coming down from maths into maths literacy, and it was like, okay,
say the beef, but undermining of
I remember
undermining, like, oh, you guys are learning
you are the black sheep of the school family.
You're learning how to count taxi change. Like, I remember saying that, oh guys, I'm not sitting in the front seat here taxi. I'm not a maths lit student. Oh my god, like I can't sit. It's only maths.
Even as a maths lit student, I can never sit in the front seat. I hated that.
Okay, moving on, like grade 12, luckily I was cross-nighting. I had a friend who assisted me, like we had sleepovers, and then we pushed, and then I managed to pass my bachelor's.
Wow.
So, even with all of that happening, and even like towards the end of grade 12, I remember my classmates were going to varsity, sending applications and stuff, and I was so complacent. I was like, okay, send what the application, people are applying, what are people applying for? I don't know. It was like even during the LO lesson, I don't remember during life orientation learning anything about careers and stuff. Even though now I'm in that space, I see these topics are there. You can teach about careers and subject choices, but I don't remember that actually registering or it
I definitely have to agree with
didn't
that. It
didn't like make sense. It didn't speak to me. It didn't, help me in terms of making the right decision. I am watching people making moves, making decisions. People around me, my friends, my classmates. I now was just that person. Like I just need to pass my grade 12. Like, I don't even know what the plan is. Are they gonna pay for me? Knowing that my mom can't afford to take me to varsity, shout out to my mom, by the way. She did such an amazing job with her, like, a domestic worker salary, she took me places. So shout outs to her, even though now she's retired. But yeah, I just had to think like if my mom would be able to, and like stressing her out. And there are adults in my life who are just willing to help. They are paying for my fees. Fine. Fast forward, when I got my bachelor's, it was a celebration. Someone told me about MGI. Oh, Kunali MGI Midrand Graduate Institute. I buried up, they are still open. Hey, but the fees, they are konkara. And I speak to my uncle, hey, I'm struggling and then shout out to him as well for believing in me. I got accepted at MGI. I did my psychology degree and I had politics there. I was doing so well. And then I'm like finding out to psychology, Joe, you can't do much, got the degree. Okay. You can't do much. You can. What do you need to you can't. You need to further your studies and get an honors. You need to get a master's. Not just no. Especially yes. That's great. Yes. But now getting into the career space. Yeah, no, you don't. No, you don't. They want more. Okay. To just qualify Hawaii. And I'm finding out in my second year when I have these amazing lecturers who talked about their career. Like most of them had body masters, the PhD. Can't degree because it is like I still need to go on for some couple of years before I can actually say, oh hey, I'm a psychologist. Let me see my options. I started applying elsewhere and then I took industrial psychology because I had information. Okay, I can get into the corporate. I can do something with the degree. I can get into the HR space and whatnot. Yeah. So basically, I'm just gonna end it there. But that's how important it is to be informed, guys. Like I've delayed myself in so many ways. Like I was always the oldest in the group in my second degree. I'm always the oldest. Intern. I had to really interning. I'm the oldest one. Yeah. I was the oldest one in the class. It was just like a lot of mental exercise. Like it's inspirational when somebody is like 60 something. Yeah. It's inspirational, but like the reality of it, Joe, you don't relate to people. They're all looking at you like, hey, Matala. Like it's not really the funnest space to be. But like, yeah. It was so I always had friends, go back and be exactly. I'm gonna do what I need to do the way I need to do it because now you're in a space where you are able to make a difference and you specialize in the field, your education and the psychology qualification is not always because it works so well with like the space that you're in and there we go by the conversation at this thing. Yeah, the destiny. So like I felt my destiny. It just took longer because of the poor decisions I've been making. Yeah, because now I'm at my calling. Definitely. Yeah. So now being in the especially from the space education. Let's have a conversation. So being in the space, how you're like now an expert in this in the education field. Let's talk about let's help somebody. Let's help the ones that are out there just like either nonchalant because they just can't afford to care or have been forced to go in directions that they don't necessarily want to go into and they're trying to make a change or would be able to benefit from knowing how to navigate the space. Either being able to choose the subject that you want to take to go forward or finishing matric and not necessarily being keen on the subjects they don't really have to study and they have to now choose a career path or a direction that they want to take post matric. So let's feed them with the information is going to be beneficial for them. Yeah. So I have something, guys. So this book here is essential, ne? Yeah, the right career. Yeah. This is the book I'm gonna use, ne? So I'm gonna talk about like looking at a person's aptitude, ne? You need to consider your aptitude. Obviously, like in school, they do tell kids like you know there are Holland's tests and career inventory tests that you can do online. So what is an aptitude, ne? These are basically your inherent abilities. Okay, the abilities that you have. So we're talking about something that you can't be born with it, or it's something that you can actually even acquire over time. Yeah. You don't necessarily have to be born with the ability to be a good public speaker. You nurture that. You have to first obviously develop what? Interest. So interest and aptitude obviously, yeah, they go hand in hand. I can be good in, let's say I was good in maths, but once I lost the interest, what happened to my marks? So, how would you encourage somebody to go about utilizing aptitude tests to benefit them in terms of what they're interested in? Are there various aptitude tests you have? Because I remember you talking about links. Yeah, so we're gonna put links up there for people who's interested in accessing it mahala. I'm talking links. There are resources out here. You don't have to pay anything. You just write the free test. But obviously now, if you want a more comprehensive report, which you'd get if you had to visit maybe an educational psychologist. So now I'm gonna go through each aptitude, ne? And the possible career choices that maybe, like if you have a child that's currently in school, still in the like grade 9 or grade 8, even high school especially, and they're not sure, ne? Like we look at the numerical aptitude, meaning the person can work with numbers. They understand maths, like they don't need to study night before. Possible careers, ne? We look at now, you can be a scientist, you can be an engineer, a researcher, you can also do bookkeeping, you can be an artisan, you can also look into quantity surveyors and your accountant, economist, and actuary sciences. So now they deal with numbers. You need that numerical aptitude or ability, to make it into that space. And then now, if you're a person that has a verbal aptitude, now there's two types, Nick. There's a verbal one in terms of reading and writing. Yes. Possible career choices such as being a lawyer, being a journalist. You can also be a script writer, an artist, work in the production space and write scripts. A teacher, you can be a lecturer, and then you're also looking at a researcher. Okay, you can write reports and whatnot. You can write. And now what else is new? Like blogging. Oh, yes. Right? Yes, yes. You can be a blogger. Okay. Yes. Okay. By being good verbally, having that aptitude of being able to read and write. Really just learning that. I was today years old when I learned there's such a thing as a verbal aptitude. Yes. Invest in education, guys. Now we also look at verbal. So verbal again, there's now oral. So now these people have that oral aptitude. Like they're not necessarily good writers, or like to read, but that person can sell you something that you have. They can sell you anything. Yes. Okay. Those are the type of people we're talking about. So examples of possible career opportunities, we're looking at a lawyer, a manager, again a teacher, politician. Number politicians should be up there. We're looking at a psychologist, salesperson, a marketer, and then we're looking at an events manager and public relations officer, and people who are known as our actors and actresses. So now we have then a non-verbal aptitude, which is abstract. Okay. Yes, abstract aptitude. So now here we're looking at people who don't really like working in spaces where I need to talk to so many people, or be in front, or but in their own space they are able to thrive and create masterpieces. And some of them also struggle working in a team. So that is why most people who are struggling with this aptitude would go for extra courses, like to help them with communication. How do I put my point across and be heard? Because we have those courses now, even for free. Now, here we're also looking again at engineers, artisans, a scientist, pharmacist, a dietitian, okay, an IT architect, and then we have your software designers or software engineers, and then now we have practical aptitude. Certain careers repeat itself because a person can have more than one aptitude. So an engineer is repeating itself, an artisan, a beauty therapist, a hairdresser, a nurse, a dentist, a farmer, a radiographer, you have a photographer, you also have a hardware technician and a driver. And then now you have administrative aptitude. Okay, so these people are good personal assistants. They can do bookkeeping. They are your secretaries, receptionists, the call center agents. So now we also look at being artistic artists. Okay, we have musicians, performance arts, actors, and then we have visual artists. Your architect, your photographer, your graphic designer, and also for performance arts, I left out dancers. Okay, so those are some of the aptitudes that we have and the possible careers. Links and resources we are going to post on our YouTube channel.
You're going to catch them on the description below, as they say.
Yeah,
but what do you think about taking a gap year? I know when I was still in high school, that was something that was a big topic. Like, there were people that were bold enough to say, I don't know what I want to do with my life, and therefore I'm going to take a gap year.
I like what you brought to the table, my friend. It really helps because you cut yourself from the thing of registering, paying for qualification, that don't like it 2 years down the line or 3 years down the line, you drop out, you find, and so the gap year obviously helps people find themselves. And
even within the gap year, I think, but you should not feel pressured. And if you're a parent trying to guide your child along, there's nothing wrong with a gap year. For the day, there's nothing worse than being forced to take a certain direction only to find, as J. Cole said, the good thing is you came a long way, the bad thing is you went the wrong way. Invest in information that you need, like aptitude and really looking more into yourself. What do you want out of life? What do you think is the kind of career that will allow you to be you, give you a healthy environment? What will make you happy in life? How can you use those or your talented gifts as ways of making money? What are the career fields or career spaces that link with your talents and gifts and can actually help you excel within a certain space?
Who's that guy? Remember that seminar we went to?
I forgot their name.
Yeah, real success something. Yes, like you need to learn.
Oh, you need to earn. No, you need to
learn in order to earn. Yes, there's no shortcut. So information is key, and having the right information as well is also quite important. And that's it from us, guys. Subscribe to our channel. There's so much more we want to unpack.
I'm so excited about the next episode, guys. It's going to be so insightful. We're going to be discussing entrepreneurship. Be sure to tune in. Be sure to come to class.
It's inside versus Calswell Deco Center in Midrand.
It's a beautiful space.
It's such a beautiful space. That's us signing out. Until the next episode. Ciao.